Title: The Fox and the Grapevine. Night had barely settled over the valley when a soft rustle cut through the warm summer air, sharp, deliberate, hungry. It was the kind of sound that belonged to a creature with a plan, and indeed, slipping through the brush with eyes gleaming like twin embers, came a fox who had waited weeks for this very moment. The vineyard lay ahead of him, quiet and silvered beneath the moon. Rows of plump grapes hung low under their own weight, dark as jewels, sweet as dreams. The fox licked his lips. Oh, how he had imagined their taste. How many nights had he crouched behind bushes, studying the movements of the farmer, mapping out every gap in the fence, every loose board, every chance. Tonight, he told himself, was his night. He crept forward, paused silent on the cool earth. A faint breeze stirred, carrying the scent of ripe fruit like a whispered promise. His heart thudded faster. He could practically feel the burst of juice on his tongue already. Then he stopped. The fence, sturdy, tall, newly repaired, no gaps, no loose boards, no invitations. The fox narrowed his eyes. "Humph," he muttered. "A fence is just a suggestion." He pressed a paw to the wood, testing it. Solid. He tried to squeeze beneath it. Too tight. He tried to hook his claws into a knot and pull himself up. Too smooth. He even backed up, charged forward, and took a desperate leap. Only to land with a graceless thud and a mouthful of dust. He spit it out, trying again and again. Each failure scraped at his pride like thorns. The grapes hung above him, glistening, mocking. He backed up farther this time, muscles coiled, breath sharp. "I am the cleverest fox in this valley," he growled. "A fence cannot outsmart me." He sprinted, leapt, and smacked headfirst into the wooden barrier with a hollow thunk that echoed through the vineyard. The world wobbled. Stars flickered in his vision where none should have been. The fox wobbled, too, staggering backward until he plopped down onto his haunches, dazed, humiliated, and very much grapeless. Slowly, very slowly, his ears drooped. "Well," he huffed, rubbing his snout with a paw, "clearly this fence is the real villain tonight." His voice grew louder, as if he was giving a speech to a very attentive audience of moonlight crickets. "Who builds a fence this tall, this sturdy, this unreasonable? How is an honest fox supposed to enjoy a simple treat around here?" He pointed accusingly at the vineyard. "It's unfair. It's ridiculous. If the fence weren't so stubborn, I'd hose grapes. Oh yes, I absolutely would." He paused, his tail twitching. "And besides," he continued with great theatrical flair, "they're probably sour anyway." But even he didn't believe that. He stood, dusted himself off, and gave one last longing look at the grapes, so close, yet impossibly out of reach. For a few breaths he lingered, torn between desire and pride. Then, with a sigh as heavy as the summer heat, he turned away and slipped into the brush, nursing his bruised ego and muttering about how fences ruin perfectly good nights. Yet deep down, deep down, he knew the truth. The fence hadn't beaten him. He had beaten himself, and as the moon drifted higher, casting its gentle light over the vineyard, the grapes hung quietly, untouched, waiting for someone with less excuse and more determination. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to help the channel grow.